Hi friends, it's Becky, and as some of you know, if I have an idea, sometimes it will not go away until I actually make it, and so when that happens, it's time for late night beading with Becky. So I had an idea for a fairly simple necklace using the Coriana chain that came in the August Bargain Bead Box. We just got this box. Some of y'all may have just gotten it today. But I'm going to go ahead and grab out the Coriana chain. I pulled out 3 of these bail beads. There are these ones that we can attach things to. I grabbed some 6mm jump rings from my bead stash. And I'm just going to pull out 3 of these leaf beads because I'm going to be attaching them to the bail beads, and we're going to be stringing them on along with these strawberry quartz chip beads. And that's all that we're going to have on here is the strawberry quartz and these leaf beads, and it's going to just be hanging out just right there in the middle of the necklace. And then the rest of the chain will be just plain. So let me grab a couple of these culottes so that we can attach this lobster clasp that I also pulled out of the box to it. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try with the crimps that came with it. Hopefully it will not frustrate me. If it does, I'm gonna switch to the 2x2 crimp tubes and my magical crimpers. So that's what I'm going to be using for this necklace. I'm just going to pull off a length that is fairly comfortable for me. I'm just holding the chain from one edge of my bead board down to the other. That gives me about an 18-inch length of chain, and that's just what I'm going to be using for my necklace. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and crimp one end so that as I'm stringing it, my beads won't slide off, because I'm not going to do my center crimps until I've got all my beads on. So to crimp this, let's get our crimp bead out, and I've got my Xeron crimper. I'm going to use that for crimping my bead on. Alright. Let's put the culotte on first, like this. So I'm just going to have a couple of clusters of these chip beads and then some leaves in between them. It's just going to be a pretty simple design. I was just going to do the these chip beads in a cluster on it, but then I was like, oh wait a minute, what about these leaf beads too? Because that's what my idea was initially, just a really simple necklace like that. All right, where are we at? Bloop bloop bloop. Trying to get this. Sort of in the side. Okay. And then the wedge so that I can fold it over. There we go. And that is a little crimp. It is crimped. Let's go ahead and close that up. Alright, so now let's get a few of these. Let's do 5 nugget beads. Actually, I should probably attach my leaf beads to the bale beads first. But let me get my 5 nuggets on first, and then we'll do our leaf beads. Okay. So here we go. That's 5. Like that. You know what I should do? I'm gonna need to get my crimp on there too. And I think, honestly, because those crimps are visible, I am gonna go with the ones that I use the magical crimper with. Just because my other crimps are a little bit messy looking. The magical crimper will look better. So these are 2x2 crimp tubes. You can see they're a different size. I am gonna use this for the end though. And I'm going to put the crimp on first. And then I think just to make it kind of look a little more polished on that end, I'm also going to just put a bead cap on either end of this whole thing. So one bead cap on here. And then the cluster of nuggets, the nugget cluster. Do you have a hole that I can go through? Oh, there were 2 of them. They're all nestled together. I don't need them to be nestled. Okay, there we go. All right. So that will be on one side. I'll have those 2. Get these nuggets back on. I just like saying the word nugget, and I'm probably going to say it a lot tonight. Nugget, nugget, nugget. It's a fun word to say out loud. This is what happens when we have late night beading with Beki. Okay. Please tell me I'm not the only one who stays up late at night sometimes with my ideas and just needs to exercise the ideas out of her brain before she can go to sleep, because it's a little bit weird, but I don't think I'm the only person who does this, so maybe it's not that weird. Alright, so I've got my 5 nuggets. Let's get these jump rings attached to our guys, and I'm just grabbing my tweezer nose pliers to help hold the jump ring stable while I twist it open like that. And then let's put the leaf bead on the bale bead like so. And twist this closed. Make sure it's good and closed. That way when I string it on, it'll hang like a dangle. Alright, let's get the other 2 on here. These bale beads were just a fantastic finding for them to add in here for us. I deeply appreciate it. Right. Okay, so I've got my 3 leaves. Let me get this one strung. Alright, so now whichever way the leaf is facing, I'm going to want to make sure that I string the other 3 in the same way. And see, I don't have to do spacers because the bail bead acts like a spacer. Alright, let's get another cluster of 5 nuggets, nuggets, nuggets. Just nuggets all night long. Nuggets, nuggets, nuggets. Do you like my nugget song? These are a really gorgeous gemstone, by the way. I love, love, love that dusty rose color. And it looks so pretty with the green. So pretty with the green. Like, I think the green really helps keep this box from being way too orangey or way too pink. Just that little pop of that cool color gives us some contrast, some extra. Alright, so next bail bead. And then another cluster of nuggets, a nuster clugget, a clugget nuster? No. Oh boy, I really need to go to sleep. Alright, here we go. There we go, that one will work better. Right. Beautiful little spacers. Alright, last leaf bead, and then we will do 5 more. Nugs. Nug life. You cannot take me anywhere, I swear. Oh boy. Nug life. What is your favorite kind of nugget, my friends? I like chicken nuggets. Alright. I have like an entire project that I have been prepping for filming tomorrow, and this is just taking up all of my brain space. It will be a long project that I film tomorrow, but there will be lots and lots of bracelets, so I know for some of you, it's one of your favorite ones that I've got. Okay, so I've got another of the 2x2 crimp tubes on here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my end on this one using the smaller crimp, the ones that came with this. Oh, don't forget to put the culotte on first, Bex. I heard y'all shouting at me. Thanks for letting me know I was forgetting something. And then let's get this crimped. See, I'm just not as familiar with crimping these smaller beads and using this crimping tool. So I am much more familiar with the magical crimper. and more likely to be successful with it. Oop. There we go. To get a crimp that isn't going to fall apart like that one did. Broke the crimp. And I don't mind if these crimps are a little bit on the uglier side because they're going to be covered by that, but I do want to have nice looking crimps next to my beads because they'll be visible. I could make some ugly crimps and then put crimp covers on that, but I don't want to have to dig out crimp covers, so because it is late at night here. You know what? I'm just going to smush it. I'm just going to smush it and have myself a nice flat crimp. Let's make sure that it is good and crimped on that side and that side, but not to the point of falling apart. Okay. It's properly crimped and the collage is closed. So now I'm going to find the midpoint and make sure that my center leaf is centered in it, where you're not moving along. There we go. Oh, that's too far over. There we go. Okay, so that's the center. Right. So if that's the center, then I can scooch these guys down. Scooch these guys down. This is hard. I told you it would be simple, but boy, there's a lot of futz in. Okay. I think that is going to be good. I'll grab the chain. Make sure that those are where I want them to be. Alright. So let me grab my magical crimpers to do this crimp. Okay, that's not moving anywhere. I'm going to crimp it right here. I want to center the crimp in my magical crimpers and do a smush on it to turn it into a ravioli. It will rotate, it'll free swing on here until you do your additional crimps around it. Where you go. From different angles, different make sure it's not swinging around. There we go. That is not going anywhere. Alright, so now that that is on that end, make sure. Yes, it's still centered. Beautiful. So now that that's on that end, I can do the same thing on this end. Come on, buddy. And you just have to be patient and make sure that when you're turning your crimper, you're not also turning the crimp. And then after you do it a little while, it is all done. And you have a necklace that is a cluster of beads with a few leaf dangles down there on the bottom. And that was my idea that I needed to do tonight before I could go to sleep. So now that that has been finished, I'm going to wish you all a very good night. You'll probably see this tomorrow because I am going to set it to uploading tonight and then edit my description and all of that tomorrow morning once I wake up. And then I will start recording my bracelet video that is going to be another one of my bracelet bashes where I make a bunch of bracelets with a whole bunch of different bead boxes because I have an idea and I am excited to share it with y'all. So, have a great night. I hope you enjoyed this little simple necklace with me, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy beading!